This is the story of a secret.
At EBODA, we have a confession to make. All right, well, we're back out here for a little man on the street, woman on the street interview, and I have some I have some options about what everyone thinks this confession is. So, first up, has the host been replaced by a non-union Brazilian equivalent? Has the host engaged in an interspecies love affair with Marina? What? Was there a shipment of several more dolphins overnight and no more room in the freshly remodeled Walrus Tank at the Samba Aquatic Center in downtown Rio de Janeiro at 2:57 a.m.? Well, first of all, Marina is the girl, the human. See, there's a girl swimming with those dolphins, and yeah, I know, she's feral and was raised by a pod of dolphins, but she's perfect for me, okay? But for some reason, she keeps wanting to move my graphics projects into Canva. But what can you expect from these savages?
This is not the kind of story you read in the papers.
This isn't the kind of business story you read in Forbes or on a top 10 startup wins list. It's not wrapped in champagne-popping metrics or six-figure exits. It's the kind of story whispered between founders at 2 a.m., after the launch fails, after the account hits zero, after the only thing keeping the wheels turning is sheer belief. The writing staff, once again, with the humble brag. What a load of mackerel out of you guys. This is exactly the kind of start that you're going to read about in the headlines. It's just that those headlines are the ones being written right now. Like Crystal Pepsi, only not soulless and hollow.
We're not going back.
At EBODA, we didn't build this thing with a golden parachute waiting in the wings. We didn't have a backup plan or a side gig or a plan B. There's no trust fund under the surface, just trust in the work and in ourselves. Commitment wasn't a choice. It was the only option left. I think the thing I love the most about this new era is that the idea of needing a golden parachute is over. You are the parachute. We are the core of our new endeavors. You know, our many years of developing our skills, dreaming of what could be, and if you didn't have a certain restraint, you know, blah, 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 those days are over. And if you think your money that you've got in some golden parachute is going to be worth anything compared to what a fully integrated, you know, EBODA.digital founder is going to be worth, you could have that's worth 1 million golden parachutes. I mean, I wouldn't trade, I don't know, some fancy ass retirement for a chance to work with EBODA and do this super, super high level stuff. I don't know. People trust in money way more than they trust in themselves. It's fascinating. The truth is, we could have stayed comfortable. We've walked the halls of the Fortune 100, we've worn the badges, we've led the meetings and ticked the boxes. But when you've seen the gap between potential and execution and the staggering waste of talent and energy and heart inside these systems that reward the safe bet, you start to ask, is that really it? So we left, not in a blaze of glory, but in a quiet, unwavering decision. We're not going back. However, we are back live from the Samba Aquatic Center. Hello, everybody. And I'm going over my contract, actually, seeing if there's some way I could go back. I had no idea I'd be on location, days on end with nothing, and I mean nothing. The streets of Rio have heard a new screech in the night, and it's not a dolphin, it's me.
We weren't chasing some high. We live up here, baby.
We weren't chasing some startup high. We're building something that matters, something where clarity replaces confusion, where integrity replaces bureaucracy, and where creativity is a feature, not a liability. And there's no more music to my ears as a creative, and now the creative director here at EBODA.digital, because my favorite part of all of this is that I'd be totally lying if I said I wasn't on a startup high. This has been amazing for me. You know, and I actually was told in a meeting just the other day that my new creative director role really has me glowing, and I couldn't deny it. I looked at myself, the guy who was sharing his screen as I was watching and kind of talking along with him, and I saw myself, but not as this reflection like in the mirror, but more like it was delayed, and I could see myself and the excitement that comes when now with EBODA.digital, creatives like you, me, founders and builders and strategists are all going to be coming together in a new way. It's new. A meeting today, the guy said that it feels like we just entered into the era where they invented electricity. It's that fundamental. And we feel it. We feel it big time. Let's not romanticize it. Building a business with nothing to fall back on is terrifying. It's the feeling of waking up at 4:12 a.m. and asking, can I really pull this off? It's explaining to your friends why you turned down a stable salary for a dream. It's hitting launch on a campaign and knowing the results have to come in because you don't get a do-over. It's the edge of your seat clarity. It's freedom with fire. It's the pressure that either crushes you or forges something stronger than you ever thought you could become. And for us, it forged EBODA. I was on with the team for what we call the little wake and quake in the morning with the EBODA team, and we watched the video about how to make a movement. And it's that one where it starts with the shirtless guy dancing and he's bopping around at the concert. And about how really the importance of the second dancer in creating a movement. And at EBODA, that's your morning show host here. I saw him, swimming with these dolphins, and I dove right in the tank, and all of a sudden, here we go. We got these couple more coming right behind us because it was one of those moments where I recognized that super talented, driven, genius level creator was ready to leave one of the biggest companies in the world, right? How could I do anything but catch a dinghy out to the Samba Aquatic Center in terrifying Rio de Janeiro? Here's the distinction that everybody needs to get straight. Just because we have nothing to fall back on doesn't mean we're flying blind. We didn't burn the ships and then hope for the best. We built the infrastructure. We architected the systems. We designed the offering with precision. What we don't have is the luxury of apathy or the illusion of safety. This is the work, this is the life, and we wouldn't trade it. And actually, this is the one good part of my job. As the morning show host, I do have several trade offers on the table from other zoos, consulting firms, and aquatic centers, and I'm going to prioritize my dolphin resources based on how much or little that they spit at me, first of all, and I will closely consider those who know how to share the mackerel for potential advancement at the writer's desk. Every conversation we have with a prospective client matters. Every campaign we help them design, automate, or launch carries that energy. We're not here to run campaigns. We're here to change the way marketing gets done. All right, well, we're already seeing a sea change in the attitude over at the writer's desk. I like that. You show a little respect, you get respect. All right, so here we go. I got this. I've been informed that we can no longer use the term running a campaign, as it excludes certain members of the finned community. Okay, all right, listen, enough of this centennialist caterwauling. You are the most pampered dolphins in marketing. When commitment is optional, you can pause, pivot, delay, and stall. When it's not, you move faster, smarter. You focus on outcomes, not optics. You kill complexity and sharpen to the essential. You show up, not just because you want to, but because people are counting on you. And you know what happens? Your clients can feel it. And now we have several of those new clients here, Adobe clients in Rio, and they're swimming with the pod. And for some reason, their trip is catered, and they have suites at the Copacabana Palace, a Belmont hotel, where Rio starts, a place for glamorous encounters, legendary parties, and iconic revelers. Unlike this abandoned aquatic center, the Copacabana is an urban oasis where guests can mix business with pleasure and enjoy unrivaled indulgence. While your host has been developing other essential skills, this week, I'm proud to announce I've won 7 out of the 19 knife fights this week. And I don't want to humble brag like earlier, but despite all the pool time, I am developing an impressive stabber's callus. They know you're not clocking in, you're invested, not just in the deliverable, but in their result. That's why EBODA isn't a vendor. We're a partner, a crew, a pod. We work with the companies who are ready to grow and grow fast, but don't want to lose their soul in the process. We get it, because we're building from the soul, too. Ah, yes, building from the soul, aka not clocking in, aka not getting paid until I've met the impossible standards of hyper-intelligent dolphins who don't let me eat or sleep. Why this story matters to you. Maybe you're not all the way in yet. Maybe you're still holding the lifeboat, trying to decide if it's worth the leap. Or maybe you've already made the jump, and you're wondering if anyone else out here gets it. We do. And we built EBODA for leaders like you, founders, doers, visionaries who don't want hype, they want help. That not flashy deliverables, but real outcome, real connection, and a real strategy that ties it all together. We didn't build this because we had nothing better to do. We built it because there was nothing else we could imagine doing.
When you've seen it, the waste of talent, did you lose your heart?
All right, the writing team is back to their old ways. Oh, and I gotta read this note. Okay, all right, I'm reading it. They all have several other things they'd rather be doing. In fact, and we're not trying to humble brag here, but the host is fielding marriage proposals from man, dolphin, woman, and ape. I am considering a plethora of lucrative overseas job offers, and there's a zookeepers convention that's asking me to keynote, but my speech is likely to make corporate as red in the face as the baboon's ass. No lifeboats, no excuses, just forward. If you burn the ships, or you're about to, it's time to grab your voyage map and set the course to blue waters, where your vision meets our expert team of ship-burning aficionados. So until next time, my fine mariners. All right, yep, I know. I can't end the show here without my review section. This is where I'm told I'm building core skills that I will have for the rest of my life, which I feel might end tonight at the championship knife fighting. We'll see. All right, so this up first from Skipper. Some hosts drop mics. The EBODA Morning Show host drops metaphors, sound effects, 3 backup slogans, and a hint of his inner turmoil. A hint of my inner turmoil. I won't be hyperanalyzed by you, Skip. All right, next up, this is from Aurora. Sorry, Aurora. You know it's an EBODA morning show segment when your inbox starts emotionally reflecting on its own bounce rate. Why does everybody think that I'm like this overflowing cascade of emotion? I've been here for 7 days. I haven't eaten in 7.5 days, and you people are acting as if I am not under some deep, horrendous stress response. All right, 2 more reviews and I'm out of here. His voice has been scientifically proven to convert leads, cure imposter syndrome, and temporarily replace a variety of costly prescription drugs. Side effects may include spontaneous ship combustion. You know, I don't know if this has gotten past I don't know if any of these dolphins have legal degrees. That's what I'd be worried about. And then finally, this from Journey. If this episode felt like jumping out of a plane with no parachute, but landing on a high-converting landing page, then yeah, that's just our host doing his thing in that skin-tight 3X promotional poncho. You know, it's nice to be noticed. It's just good to be seen. Being heard, obviously, is important. But I gotta be seen.
This is not the kind of story you read in the papers. Bubbly popping metrics with a 6-figure exit. This is the story of a secret you whispered into the wind. You stop to ask yourself, am I going back in there? We left them all, no blaze of glory within the quiet, unwavering wind. We whisper, we're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We could have stayed, heard the congratulations on your day job anniversary. Every year till it's too late. When you've seen it, the waste of talent lost your heart to the system. They keep rewarding the safe bet. You stop to ask yourself, am I going back in there? We left them all, no blaze of glory within the quiet, unwavering wind. We whisper, we're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We weren't chasing some high. We live up here, baby.